The country, the potential for ICE agents raiding schools and churches have teachers and families on edge. To be clear, no raids in schools have been reported in Alabama, but the state superintendent is offering up guidance to school leaders across the state on what to do if or when. WAFF 48's Nick Ballinger joins me now in studio. Nick, you were sent this memo today.
Yeah, Margot, I'm holding that memo that was sent to all the superintendents now. It says in part, quote, badge law enforcement should always be welcomed onto our campuses, end quote. Now, this has some immigrants questioning if they should keep their kids at home, but a local immigration attorney is trying to ease their minds. A heads up sent to all superintendents in the state, offering some direction to school leaders if arrests of undocumented individuals were ever to impact Alabama schools. This memo from Dr. Eric Mackey says no schools have dealt with disruptions, but goes on to say, quote, after verifying identity, badge law enforcement should always be welcomed onto our campuses, end quote.
Just because somebody shows up at the school with a badge doesn't mean they have a right to access the entire facility or the people that are in there. You know, schools have a duty to those children to protect their information.
This comes after President Trump signed an executive order removing restrictions on ICE agents from entering schools and churches. Immigration attorney Kimberly Fasking says she fears ICE raids could violate a student's rights. An exception does allow officers to conduct a raid only if they have a warrant from a judge. Despite this, Fasking still has worries.
It's not so much because that ICE will go out and do that regularly, but because that makes people fearful to take their children to school.
She's seen the fear herself from her clients.
We've had clients who've said, you know, I'm scared to take my children to school. Should I keep them home? And I tell them absolutely not. Do not keep your children home. You don't want them to be scared. You don't want their lives to be disrupted.
Dr. Mackey is echoing that note, saying, quote, parents should be encouraged to send children to school, ever mindful of the importance of school attendance on academic and social development, end quote. Now, the memo also says that normal attendance policies should remain in place for the time being. Margot?